Hello, today we will be going through the steps to use the multimedia card. First we'll need to identify which multimedia card we are working with. At SCC we have two types of multimedia cards, a VGA version and a HDMI version. The easiest way to find out which card you have is by looking under the desktop to see which video switch you have. If you see a switch with the mono price label and red and blue lights and a select button, that means you have a HDMI switch. If you see a push button switch with a K on it or a rotary switch with the letters A, B, D, and E, that means you have a VGA card. VGA cards also have a Radio Shack sound switch with the numbers 1 through 3. Now that you know how to identify between VGA and HDMI, let's get started with using the VGA card. We'll start with setting up the VGA card to use the computer. Check to see if the computer is on. If not, turn it on and log in. Turn your projector on. The Dell projector's source will be VGA. The Epson projector will be on computer 1 or 2. Set the Kramer switch to 1 or the black box rotary switch to A. Set the auto switch to 1 and make sure the speakers are on and adjust the volume accordingly. You will see your desktop image on your computer monitor and projected from the projector. That's it. That's how you get the computer going on a VGA card. Next, let's get the document camera started. Once again, turn on your projector and set to the VGA for the Dells and computer 1 or 2 for the Epsons. On the Kramer switch, push in the number 3 button. On the black box switch, set it to letter D. Turn on the document camera by pressing the power button on the side, or you can use the AVR remote. You should have a picture of what is under the document camera on the monitor and projector. You can also connect a laptop to the multimedia card. Look for the laptop cable behind the card. There will be a VGA cable and an audio cable. Connect the VGA cable to your laptop's VGA out connection and insert the audio cable into the headphone jack. Make sure your Dell projector is on VGA and your Epson projector is on computer 1 or 2. Set the Kramer switch to number 2 and set the black box switch to letter B. Set the sound switch to number 2. Those are the steps to get the laptop connected to the multimedia card. Now let's switch to the HDMI card. We'll start off with the computer. Turn on the computer and log in. Turn on the Dell projector and make sure the source is set to HDMI. This will be the same for the Epson projectors. Set the switch to number 2 by pressing the select button on the switch, or you can use the remote and press the number 2 button. The HDMI switch takes about 10 seconds to change, so please be patient. You should see the desktop image on your monitor and projected from the projector. Make sure your speakers are turned on and volume is adjusted accordingly. Next, let's get the document camera going. Turn on your projector and make sure it's on HDMI. Change the HDMI video switch to number 4. Turn on the document camera by pressing the power button on the side, or you can use the AVR remote. You should have a picture of what is under the document camera on the monitor and projected from the projector. To use the laptop, once again turn on the projector and set to HDMI. Change the video switch setting to number 3. Locate the VGA laptop cable and connect it to the laptop's VGA output. Connect the audio cable to the laptop's headphone jack. If you have a laptop with an HDMI output, you can use an HDMI cable and connect it into the HDMI input number 1 that is on the front left side of the HDMI switch. Change the switch setting to number 1. You also have a Targus remote clicker that you can use as a laser pointer or to advance your PowerPoint slides. Just hold down the power button on the side of the remote and you'll see the green light come on. The right arrow is forward and the left arrow is to go back. Also with the HDMI cards, you will need to use the VLC player to play DVDs. If you use Windows Media Player, there will not be any sound. If you don't see VLC player on the desktop, go to All Programs, Video LAN, and VLC player will be in there. If you have followed these steps and still have issues, please call the help desk and someone will be out to help you. Thank you.